Hi,
My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another segment of Make It Happen. Well, you know the awards were on last night, and I really enjoyed Bruno Mars. Yeah, he took it to the top. Anyway, it was just so nice to see everybody get together and just enjoy themselves at the awards. And moving forward, what I'm gonna just talk about is my previous segment on my show last week, Jessica Johnson. We spoke about, I just want to say this because this is still in the works in Washington, D.C., immigration, DACA. If you didn't get a chance to see it, go back and watch that. And more on, spring is coming up. So, there's going to be jazz, everything else. But before I bring on my guests, I want to talk about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is going to be this coming Sunday, and it's going to be the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. All right? Super Bowl 52. Now, I don't want the New England Patriots to inflate this football, okay? So I'm telling you right now, I want it to be a good football game. And for the halftime, Justin Timberland, he's going to be playing in Minneapolis. And that was Prince's hometown where he lived. And hopefully he will, just do a tribute to Prince, which would be good. It would be interesting to find out a way for him to pay homage to Prince because, I believe he's so successful. But unfortunately had passed on. And I really would like to know what Justin Timberland's going to come up with. But it's going to be a surprise. Nobody won't know until Sunday, so we have to watch out for that. Anyway, moving on. I want to introduce everybody to my guest. I'm glad to have him. He's a jazz musician, which I met a long time ago over at the gallery, Rosita and Bob. And I call them Rosita and Bob because they're like almost like mother and father to me. So I enjoyed having them and, being business partners and, looking at different entertainers and things that are going on. And it's just exciting. And it's exciting to have you here with me, too. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you, Pam.
Okay. And also,
and thanks to Stan as well.
Okay. Also, he brought his granddaughter, so you'll be, she's going to make a, hello later on. And she has some things that she's doing, too. So let's start off with, did you grow up in Connecticut? And, whereabouts?
Well, yeah.
From Manchester.
I'm from right across the river here, Pam, in the East Hartford Columbus Circle project there. And, it was an interesting, it's always great to grow up in a project, all the kids that are around and have a lot of fun. And the musical influences were, back then in the late 50s, early 60s, were, there was rock and roll, doo-wop. And then I was introduced to R&B and such through Mr. James Jackson. He was like a father to me. And from there, I was in a classic rock group back in high school. And then I had the opportunity to study with Charlie Gigliotti and Bob Vader at Manchester Community College after high school for a while. And I played ball for them and such. And although I didn't see the schooling through all the way, I kind of, I got married and raised a family, got a job in the post office, and I actually stopped playing. I had a hiatus of about 20 or 25 years of playing, yeah. And back in 03, 04, there was a little lull in the jazz after Jackie McLean's 880 scene and such like that, and then Steve Davis from the University of Harvard had a thing at the Kenny's right on Capitol Ave for about 4 years. So right after that, I started producing jazz from 03 to 05. I'd go into the venues and say, can we, use your place, and I'll pay the musicians, or do you have any money to pay the musicians, like that. So that went on for a couple of years, and then I sit in at the end of the night and play some, and the fellows had encouraged me to come up and play, and then my East Harvard homeboy, Dave Palla, and I got together. We had about an 11-year run. We played Great Hartford Festival of Jazz 07 and 08. That Tensi got us in, Tensi Gonsalves, rest in peace. Okay. And she got us into that, and we played the Monday Night Jazz Series, Paul Brown's Monday Night Jazz Series, July 23rd of 2012. And then after Dave, I kind of wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So I got a group together with a quintet with Hanif Nelson, Michael Scott, Damian Curtis, and other people came in and out. And that went on for about 2 or 3 years. And then I lost 3 or 4 people close to me, including my wife, Lavina, of 37 years. And I took 2017 off entirely. Wow. I wasn't really inspired to play too much.
I see you shave your beard, too.
Oh, yeah, it's coming back. Yeah. But this year we're coming back, and I've enlisted the great Benito Gonzalez of Maracaibo, Venezuela. He plays all over the world. He's living in New York now. He plays with Azar Lawrence, who came in after John Coltrane passed with McCoy Tyner. And he does his own project, Benito, that is. And he just came back from Russia and Poland on the tour with the great Art Avrutsky, bass player from New York. And so we're going to have Benito with us. Oh,
that's great. Now, speaking of bass, now, you play that, right, also?
Yeah, I'm on the contrabass.
Okay. Well, how did you get into playing the bass? Because I played the bass, too, when I was in school.
Right.
And
well,
it's a good instrument.
Like I was saying, we had a classic rock group in high school. Yeah. And these guys were doing it, they were in the music room.
So who taught you, actually?
It was, well, these guys were, from East Hartford High, there was Steve McIntosh, Mark Robinson, Kevin McHugh. And they told me to pick the guitar up one day. So I picked it up. What do I do now? Is it when I say F, hit this, and then when I say G, hit that, And, the guitar set up just like a bass, the first 4 strings. And then...
So you know how to, into reading notes, was that easy for you to read the notes and stuff? Or you just play by ear now, too, also? I know you may do a little bit of both.
Well, I read the chord changes, but I definitely got to get into it more as far as the sight reading of the notes and all. But that's how I started out in the rock group.
Oh, wow.
And then, like I said, I stopped playing.
Oh, okay.
And then there was Nat Reeves and Desron Douglas and Paul Brown, Matt Dwanzik, these other bass players, that Steve Porter from around here, that would encourage me to come up at the end of the night, and sit in the shows that I was producing and such. Okay. And they looked out, and now I got my own group.
Oh, that's fantastic. So are you going to be are you going to be doing any studio playing too also?
Good question, Pam. Well, like I said, when Lavina passed, we had some momentum going as far as with Bob and Rosita at Passages.
Yes.
And, we were getting a good crowd there. And we had another show where we had Passages was a good springboard, And then, like I said, that was in 2016. We did a cable TV show down in New Haven with Andrew Guilford.
Okay.
Big Daddy, I don't know if you ever heard of that thing they have in the cable TV in New Haven.
No.
Yeah, you got a nice thing going on there.
Oh, okay.
And so we had that. And what I'd like to do is, you know, once we get back into the scene with the Faith Congregational Church and Passages again, maybe get a package together and, you know, take it from there. You can send an EPK package.
Oh, okay. That's
or
interesting.
whatever way you want to do. Some guys go to CD Baby, or, you know, there's certain ways you can get your music out there.
Oh, wow. That is interesting.
Or a website.
Oh.
Yeah.
One question. Another question I'm going to ask you, running out of time on this segment. What do you want to leave as, you know, or teach your children or other people, you know?
As a
what legacy? Do you want to,
yeah,
as a legacy. When you, yes.
Good question. I've thought about that a lot.
Oh, okay.
Lately, especially after dear people leaving this planet.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Know, so I guess the number one thing I'd like to do is help somebody out before I leave.
Oh, okay.
In whatever capacity that may be, music or telling them something they can use. Although now is a digital age, so I don't know how much I can impart. But
is that also your goal?
Trying to help somebody else.
Yeah. Is that also your goal? To also, does that, you know, coincide with your goal too? Also, that what you want to do, you know, just to rebuild, because you mentioned that your wife had passed on, right?
Yeah. Well, Pam, Ed Fast came out with a CD, the great vibraphonist, drummer, percussionist, right from the University of Hartford here. Ed came out with a CD called Do or Die, right?
Yes.
Recently. So I guess you could apply that directly to me as far as, you know, I've fiddled around producing jazz, playing a little bit, and now I've enlisted Benito to try to really do it.
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll be right back with Make It Happen with Paul Fuller, jazz musician. Okay? So stay tuned. Welcome back. Yes, and I'm here with Paul Fuller, jazz musician. Now, you know, we were talking about partially about your, you know, your wife. She had passed on, and also the legacy that you wanted to leave, and also your goal. Now, my next question is what role did your wife play? Because this is what somebody had asked, and actually, it's a, you know, a question that I'm interested in.
Okay, Pam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, Pam, when I first started producing jazz, Lavina and I took out a loan actually to help fund some of the venues and such. And she always encouraged me to to play, and you know.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, she backed me up totally, and to expound on that, not to get off track or anything, but she was an exceptional person, exceptional lady, and she was a matriarchal figure to her younger siblings after her mom passed in 1978, and they lived in East Hartford, and she handled most of the mom stuff with her younger sisters for many years before she left home and we got married and such.
Okay.
And she was an excellent wife, mom, grandmother to Ava, and aunt, you name it.
So did she also, was she also interested in playing the bass too, or did she play any other instruments? Was she interested in
She told me that she and her sisters Charlene and Pauline did some singing back in the day in a little group of their own, maybe around the house. I don't know if they ventured out from there, but she enjoyed it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So she was very influential.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's always nice to have that, you know, that partner that can really, you know, hey, you know, tell you, well, why don't you do this? It's time to do this, and you know, and help out. It's always nice to have that.
She touched a lot of people in life, not just music.
Okay.
Yeah, she was very thoughtful of other people.
Okay. All right. And it's always nice to be thoughtful too. What I want to do now is get into where you're going to be playing at, the location, times, and I know you're going to be playing this spring and in September. So how did you get into going back to playing at these particular locations that you're going to mention to our viewers?
Because, Pam, I think that most musicians would agree that it's not about the money or the prestige and all. That's all nice and everything, how far you go with that. But it's the interaction with your audience that really does it for when you're up on a bandstand and them enjoying the music. And they can feel you, whether you're just there to, you know, be up there or if you're really feeling it.
Right.
And they feel it. The energy comes out of the bandstand, out of the people on the bandstand, and from the audience, and it's just a great interaction.
Oh, wow. That's good.
That's why Passages, it works for us.
Yes,
you know, it might be a little place, but
it's a nice setup. And for the viewers who have never been there, when Paul Fuller does come, and you know, for other events, go there, support, you know, and that's where I met you at. Yeah, that's where I met Paul. And I was like, oh my goodness, okay, because I was really amazed on how you played the bass, and it brought me back to when I went to school and I used to play the bass and, you know, read the notes and all that. But
well, right, I'm going to interview you and Stan. I told you one day.
Yes, that'd be great.
Right.
And the locations, what are the locations? Can you tell our viewers your locations where you're going to be playing at?
Sure, great, Pam. Yeah, we're going to have two successive Saturdays at the end of April, 21st and 28th. And the first one is what Michael Scott and Reverend Stephen Camp put together over, this will be the second year they're doing it, actually, at Faith Congregational Church.
What's the address?
Which is at 2030 Main Street in Hartford. And we have the flyer there, it has all the information with the phone number and everything. And yeah, we're going 7 to 10. I think there's a donation if you want. It's not a cover charge or anything at Faith Church, but we have the same lineup for both groups, both shows, and it's the 28th will be at Passages,
right?
And they're both 7 to 10, actually.
Okay.
And the lineup will include myself on contrabass, the great Benito Gonzalez will be on piano, and actually Faith Congregational Church has a grand piano, baby grand, that Paul Brown donated, I believe. And we have Rich Goldstein, who was an instructor at the University of Hartford, Jackie McLean Institute at the Hart School on guitar. and Mr. Alvin Carter Sr. will be on percussion, and he'll be doing a live African libation.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
Yes.
before the show starts at 6:30. And then we have Mr. Michael Scott on drums, who played all over the country when he was in college.
Wow.
With the great Paul Jeffries and Jeb Patton from the Duke University Jazz Department. But he wasn't even in the jazz program. He was in sociology. So that's our lineup.
Wow, that's a very interesting lineup. For your email address, people want to reach out to you and, you know, talk to you, ask you any additional questions, you know. Can you give our viewers your email address?
Sure. Yeah, we have it pfjazzscene@gmail.com. pfjazzscene@gmail.com.
And actually,
it's actually PF Jazz Scene, no second C there.
Okay.
Yeah. SCENE.
Okay. Yeah.
At Gmail. Yeah.
Okay. No C in it. Oops. So can you repeat that again?
Yeah. pfjazzscene@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yep.
And your telephone, your cell number.
Okay, 860-335-4767.
All right. So you got the email address right at our viewers. So go ahead and email them, give them a call. You know, talk to them. Very, very nice gentleman. And I had enjoyed when I was over at Passages. That was long ago. What year was that?
Well, we did one in 16, and then we did another one,
was it
I think it was 14
yes.
13.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. No, you know, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
That I've gotten the chance to talk to you and, you know.
Well, Pam, thanks for having us.
Yes.
And Stan as well.
Yeah. Also, oh, yeah, did you mention the one up in September?
Oh, yeah. Hanif Nelson just secured us a gig at the, I guess it's the last Monday in September. I don't have the date in front of me.
Okay.
But
See that.
yeah, that'll be with our original quintet that we had, you know, from like 13, which is 2 horn players. We're going to have actually Hanif on trumpet. He's the one that runs the jazz at the Black Eyed Sally's. This is at Black Eyed Sally's.
That's a nice place, too.
Yeah, Monday Night Jazz they have.
Yes.
And it'll be Frank Kozira, with the first time playing with us on saxophone. Frank's awesome. And then we have Mr. Damian Curtis on piano, and Michael Scott on drums, and myself.
Oh, wow. Very, very nice. Got one. What was the first, I don't know, you can answer. Let me just come on out with, but what was the first, like, song from your bass that you wrote? You know, when you were playing your bass, did you write like a first song that you just started out with too?
Well, we do standards, Pam, but
no, by yourself. I'm just saying, do you just, you know, play along with the bass and just
make up my own things?
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Oh, okay.
But I think that when the jazz fusion genre came out, and I was heavily influenced when Herbie Hancock's Headhunters came out with Chameleon.
Okay.
So that had a big impact on me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
Which was also at James Jackson's house in Columbus Circle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Back in the early 70s.
Well, how many people are in your band?
Well, we usually use a quintet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
different configurations and
so do
personnel.
They change up sometimes too, right?
But yeah, the core would be myself, Mike on drums, Michael Scott, and Damian Curtis piano.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll be right back with the last half of Make It Happen with Paul Fuller, jazz musician. So stay tuned again.
Hello, I'm J. Stan McCauley, and I'm exploring a run for mayor of the city of Hartford in the 2019 election. It's undeniable that Hartford has many challenges. However, I believe that our residents are our strength. The question is, do you believe, like I do, in the potential of Hartford? You see the many assets the city has, but do you wonder, as I do, why we are still struggling to move ahead? Do you wonder why the solutions being offered to us just don't seem to get the job done? Well, creating a vibrant city begins with you. We have incredible people who live in the city, who have great solutions to Hartford's biggest challenges. But you don't always have a platform to have your ideas heard, let alone given an opportunity to co-create solutions that work for you, that work for us, that work for Hartford. Hartford's journey will be bumpy, and we'll continue to face highs and lows that challenge us to work smarter and come together as a community that is willing to capitalize on the power of our collective diversity of thought. The challenges facing Hartford will require each of us to act, whether in small ways or big ones. If you're with us on this journey, give me a call at 860-944-9797 and host a listening event for me. Invite a few of your friends so we can explore the possibilities together for a better Hartford.
Welcome back to Make It Happen. I'm here with Paul Fuller, jazz musician. And let's see, the last half, we were talking about everything. I'm telling you, the legacy, we're talking about his upcoming events, and you got a granddaughter that's kind of involved too. Mm-hmm. And tell me just a little bit about your granddaughter.
Well, she's actually a New Yorker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she came up in New York and Manchester, Connecticut as well. And she aspires to rap and play the bass.
Oh, she plays the bass. Oh, my goodness.
She's starting to.
Wow. Oh, my goodness gracious. Maybe I can get some lessons. And I want to go back to the bass myself. Mm-hmm. Wow. And how old is she again? 13?
10.
10? I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit up there now. Yeah. Wow. So does she come, she just watches you while you practice and stuff like that?
Well, actually, her dad got her a bass and an amp, so she's starting to pluck away a little bit.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Getting to know it.
Wow. All right. What I want to do is kind of bring her in and let her just say hello, wave. I know I was going to do that at the end. Okay. Maybe I'll wait about a couple seconds, about 3 minutes. Let me move on. What else do you want to do, Paul, as a jazz musician?
Good question. Well, I guess, Pam, I'm one of these guys that, people see me play and they, wow, that guy was really swinging there. The next time it's, well, okay. But I guess I've lived the life, of running hard and back in the day and all that. But don't get it twisted though. It has to do with putting the work in.
Yes, you have to put the work in.
That's where I have my work cut out for me, because that's why I enlisted Benito to come in and help us out.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Gonzalez, guy that plays all over the world.
Wow.
And he seems to enjoy playing with us, so that's important.
Wow. So how did you meet him? How did you meet him?
Actually, I called John Barber III, the great drummer from the University of Hartford. He's playing all over the world now. He's probably in his 20s. still.
Really?
Yeah. And his dad and then his dad, John Barber and John Barber II, both worked with me in the post office.
Okay.
So I called John and said, do you know how to get a hold of this guy, Benito? He said, sure, I got his number, Paul. He gave me the number, and I went through Facebook at first because I didn't want to just call the guy and,
Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness.
and, explain that we were doing stuff in Hartford and would he like to join us.
Okay. Wow. That's interesting. Very, very nice.
Yeah, it's funny how the higher level of cats you go, the more they look out for other people.
Yes.
It's
yes.
amazing.
Oh, my goodness. And what I want to do is really thank you for coming. And I'm doing a little bit things different here.
Thank you for having me.
And bringing your lovely granddaughter, Ava, which she's going to just jump off that chair, come over here and sit with her granddad, because I want to say a couple of things, okay? Wave your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care, okay? That's my rap song, okay? So it's nice for you to be here, and she's gonna be doing some different stuff. So watch out for her, the young, what call it, entrepreneur, musician.
Ava Jean-Jacques.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So she wanted to come on, and there she is, a lovely girl. Oh, my goodness. Well, the last couple minutes, what I want to say is, will you be watching the president's address, I'm sorry, on this Tuesday?
No, I won't.
I'm sorry, I had to go off, but that's why I said thank you for coming, because I know I had to get this out. Actually, some things I can't really say on TV, but anyway, I think the president is mean, cruel, and obnoxious, and I think, why don't you try being nicer in prayer or something? I know that's not going to work still, but I like to see you get interviewed by Mueller, and I would like to be there because I like to bring my popcorn and soda and stuff, so that'll be very interesting. But anyway, back to the Tuesday. I don't know if everybody's going to be watching the president's address. Who knows? I have no clue. Second thing.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yes?
Could I give a political statement?
Sure, go right ahead.
Maybe we'll have to do this on another show.
No, but go ahead. You got time.
I want to look right into the camera.
Go ahead.
And say this. Okay, where is it? Okay.
Over in the corner. No.
This one?
Okay.
Over your shoulder, Pam.
Over my shoulder?
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
Good.
Go ahead, that one. Go.
Mr. Rothschild, I don't have a better way, but I know you're running everything, including Obama, Trump, and the rest of them. So, what's going on? Okay, that's my my political statement.
Plus, if you were watching the state address, there were things that were said that I don't want to mention. So watch what they talk about.
The corporate people we're talking about.
Yeah. But I don't want to mention who they are because I've heard a couple of, and I like to watch them to see what the words they say and the reactions. So it's not a good picture. But anyway, moving on.
He's going to see that.
He what? What did you say?
The corporate people. They already know me, so.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to get into that one.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. Watch out for yourself, really.
Yeah.
But anyway, one other thing, just watch the Super Bowl. And I love the commercials. Wow. They should have one with a 1-800 hotline when somebody steals your phone and you can really retrieve it back, okay? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Sprint. They're full of stuff. But moving on. They haven't called me back yet.
They'll be calling me.
But, I always have to say something towards the end. I want to say, it may be impossible. Please help somebody, okay? Please love somebody. Love yourself. And do well to other people. Don't be going around stealing phones, okay, and lying and say, you got $100, you can pay them back. I haven't seen that yet neither. But I have to say that. And I want to say thank you again, Ava, for coming along with your grandfather. And thank you again, Paul Fuller.
Thanks, Pam.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really would like to see I don't know if she can talk with the microphone. She might have to just say hi. Scoot over. Can she?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk, Ava. Don't move nothing. Talk,
Okay.
Ava.
Go ahead.
Hi. Okay, and you do a little bit of rapping. And how did you do, what made you want to do some rapping? Just real quick.
My dad is a music artist. My grandpa is a jazz player. And I said that, like, rapping is fun and stuff. Like, I like rapping because, like, rapping makes sense. Like, you could, like, rap about your life. You could rap about anything. You could, like how your life is going. Like, it depends. Like, it's not all about the money and clothes. It's all about to be humble.
Yes.
And, just, it's not all about those jewelry, like those Rolex, like what Cardi B has and stuff. But Cardi B, my favorite music artist.
Cool.
I think that's what Kendrick Lamar was saying, too, last night on the awards. He was saying it's not all about the fame.
Lamar said, like it's not all about the clothes.
That's
and,
right. It's
like
about
at the
expressing
Grammys last
yourself.
night.
And it's about expressing yourself and how you feel. I like to make a rap song about the Sprint phone and how people are acting out here. Maybe I'll come up with something, okay?
Right on.
Or you try to make a phone call and you're still being put on hold all the time, and then, you go around and you try to punch in the numbers, and then they say, well, what's the number? They keep on asking you to punch in the numbers that you're trying to do, and it never happens. But anyway,
Pam, does she have time for a quick rap?
quick, 16 seconds.
Okay.
And I want to thank you for coming on Make It Happen. She's going to go out on
Thanks,
that.
Pam.
Go ahead, Ava.
Yo, I got a flow to rap. Some people make it trash if they use auto-tunes whack. Cause I'm kinda up my buddy stat. If I see you at 8, we about to fight 12 late. I ain't gonna call you mate, cause you know you ain't a church saint.
All right. Good. All right. See you next time on Make It Happen, okay?
Thanks.
You're welcome. My pleasure, everybody. Thank you, Ava. Thank you.